Hello, this is Dia Damson, and today we are going to do a cute little duckling, and it will start with the sketch. And before I begin, please don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you get notifications for my future videos. But pretty much the duckling has a circle for the head and a circle or oval for the body. And the part where the beak is, the duckling is looking towards us, so the perspective will be kind of looking down towards the ducky versus straight forward. So we're lifting that head, and the beak is a little bit less wider, close to the eyes, and if you see, it's almost on the bottom level of the little ovals for the eyes, and then it just stretches out. And if you do a rectangle, but instead of having corners, round those corners on the end of the beak, and the part where it's on the head, just slightly make it like a smiley to make it look like it's connected to the head, and it matches the circular shape. And from that point, I will erase it and kind of repeat some of the places where I want the lines to show, and we can begin painting. And what I'm going to do is I am going to start with the background, and I am going to do a very soft brown, so mixing brown with ochre. You can do any background, and actually I will paint this ducky again, and I'm going to do it more on a neutral background, like a grayish background with maybe tiny little rocks or sand or something like that, because I feel like the ochre was taking away from the yellow a little bit. After I ended the painting, I kind of observed a little bit longer, and I will definitely paint this again with more neutral background. And it's going to, if it's gray, it's gonna get the black lines and the shadows kind of pop a little bit more. But I am using wet on wet technique, so I'm making the area where I'm placing the color wet, and then just dropping color and slightly moving it around. You can use it either way, whatever makes you happy. You can use it dry on dry, just like this corner right here, it's dry, and then I'm just gonna bring in my brush clean and smudge it around and fill in that area. So you can do it either way, it will not make much difference. Whatever you prefer, just go for it. We'll add a little shadow around the legs, and the reason why I do that is to make it seem like it's grounded, it's on the ground, and it's casting some sort of a shadow. So I'll probably, it will increase the shadow right around those cute little legs one more time. And for the body, I'm just gonna use pure yellow. And it doesn't matter what yellow you have, you can use even a little bit of orange inside your yellow, especially on the parts where you think it's going to be a little bit shadowy. And this is when I start noticing that the brown background was not the best decision, but I'm just gonna go for it and see where we're gonna go. So I mixed a little bit of yellow and kind of a dirty white, and I just went around and I added that on the shadow sides. But we're gonna add a little bit of a kind of like an outline, so on the end it's gonna look very cute and adorable. So just fill in, I'm gonna leave a little bit of a highlight right on the front of the chest and also kind of the top of the head. So you can leave that area white, or you can just make it a very transparent yellow. A lot of times when I'm adding a color, I'm not just brushing with the brush, but kind of lifting and dropping the brush and creating little pools of paint, and then letting that paint to meet together and kind of have a little party in a way. So you see how the orange is really blending with the background. So I'm gonna have to increase that red, and also I will add a little bit of a darker color. So even if we do something in the beginning that it's taking away from our painting, we can always change it and make it better. So adding white in watercolor is really not adding white, it's more like toning down that color, giving it almost like a transparent curtain, but you're not really taking away. So I'm gonna go almost with the same color for the beak. It's gonna be just the same as the little cute legs, little paddly legs. And you're gonna see me emphasizing on the lines a little bit more, so it's almost like outlining, but I'm using the same color as what I am using for the beak, so a little bit darker orange on the outline, so it stands out a little more. And also that area right there on the front will leave white, so we'll give that perspective. We're looking at the ducky down, and ducky is looking up towards us and being curious. Sometimes I will have to leave the area alone until it dries, because if I am painting somewhere and that area is wet, if I go in and add another color in the neighboring area, it might start shifting around and moving where I don't want it. So that is one of those times where you want to go to a place where it's already dry, or just work a little bit more on the background, or just take a break. So I did cover that beak a little bit too much, so with a clean brush I just dabbed that area, I took away a little bit. For the eyes, to make them a little bit more three-dimensional, and I'll tell you what I do, I will leave a little spot either on the top, kind of either 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whatever you decide, leave a little spot of white on both eyes, pointing at the same number on the clock. So both of them are pointing kind of at up 12. I'm going around and adding a little fuzzies, and if I had the lighter background and more neutral, these fuzzies on the key, they were going to really stick out and be more pronounced. So I will definitely paint this ducky again. A little more shadow adding. And just trying to keep away from the area with the highlight. A little shadow right under the eyes, and that will make that area seem more like indented. Emphasize on the shadow around. And see if I can make those legs stand out a little bit more, because ducky legs are so cute. And for the ducky legs, you can do 3 lines, 1 pointing down and 2 pointing to the side, and then with little smileys you can connect those, and then you have ducky legs. and I emphasize the color because the darkening of the shadow did not work, so we can always try to figure out a way around everything. And I added a little bit of an outline, a little more shadow, but pretty much that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe, and happy painting. Thanks for watching. Bye.